I was originally asking for $4,500 and I wound up with $25,800. I pre-sold 258 square feet of art on Kickstarter. I funded a project called Week in Hell, wherein I vowed to lock myself in a hotel room and spend 5 days creating art. I posted it on Sunday night, which is the worst time in terms of the internet to post anything. I promised donors pieces of the wall that I was drawing. And by the time I woke up the next morning, I had been funded. My budget that I needed was $4,500, and I had $5,000. And by the time it closed 2 weeks later, we had almost $26,000.
Just find it hard to believe in the things that I used to.
I was doing this little tour a couple of months ago, and it was really poorly attended. And a lot of people were then writing and going, "Oh, why don't you come to this town?" And I would say, well, I was just there. And so I knew that I had a problem getting the word out and getting people excited enough to actually come to shows. And so I decided to sell the show before I booked it, because it takes a lot of commitment for me and a lot of money to come and tour. Mine was pretty strange, actually, for Kickstarter, because a lot of people use it to pre-sell their albums or make films, and I decided to pre-sell a show before I even booked it. I picked a date in New York, and I said, hey, I want to do a really amazing show, and tickets are $10. My goal was $1,000, and I made $3,300. Yeah, I'm planning a little bit of a tour. The promotion this way is amazing, because when people know that the show will only happen if it sells before it's booked, they really get the word out, and they really actually commit to buying tickets and getting their friends to buying tickets. And, you know, I'm having people from Tulsa, Oklahoma write to me and say, hey, will you come to a show here? And I go, yeah, if you think that we can pre-sell a show, I can go anywhere. And I don't have to stick to just the major markets where I know I have a draw.
With Kickstarter, I was able to pre-sell so much art before I even made it. And the art was my art. You know, it wasn't something that was about what the art market wants or what someone thinks is going to sell or what's going to make a committee be impressed. It was just about what I wanted to do. And I think that sort of cutting of red tape leads to the greatest sort of artistic freedom. I think Kickstarter is amazing for that. While I love galleries, and galleries are awesome, I find it difficult to make a living when you're giving someone else 50% of the sale price of your work. If I was doing this through a gallery, I would have had to have given $13,000. And so giving 5% to Kickstarter is frankly, I mean, it's more than fair. It's a very small amount. I think I'll definitely continue using Kickstarter. I probably will only use it once or twice a year, but I'll try to make those things spectacular.